Welcome everyone in today's reading session. Today we are heading towards final exam syllabus, and this is a very important passage for final term. A World Guide to Good Manners, How Not to Behave Badly Abroad by Norman Gramsci. So traveling to all corners of the world gets easier and easier. Actually, due to globalization, we can easily travel to any country, any day. We live in a global village, but how well do we know and understand each other? So we live in a global village, like any day we can communicate with anybody around the world, but how well do we know and understand a Bangladeshi, a Pakistani, a Sri Lankan or American? We do not know that person properly. Here is a simple test. Imagine you have arranged a meeting at 4 o'clock. What time should you expect your foreign business colleagues to arrive? So suppose if you arrange a meeting at 4 o'clock, at that time, what time should you expect your foreign business colleagues to arrive? So look at this is a common trend. If they are German, they will be bang on time. If a person from Germany, he will be right on time, 9 means 9. If they are American, they will be probably be 15 minutes early. An American person will be 15 minutes early. If they are British, they will be 15 minutes late. Like we Bangladeshi have the habit of British people, and you should allow up to an hour for the Italians. So you cannot consider even the Italians, they will take more than 1 hour. Can you go up, please? Like, the bicycles. Yeah. Go up. Right. Keep it. When the European community began to increase in size, several guidebooks appeared giving advice on international ethics. At first, many people thought this was a joke, especially the British. So there was a book published on international ethics. Ethics means manners, behavior, attitudes. So British people thought that this book is a joke. Why? Because everybody knows English, definitely they know our culture. Especially the British, who seem to assume that the widespread understanding of their language meant a corresponding understanding of English customs. Very soon, they had to change their ideas as they realized that they had a lot to learn about how to behave with their foreign business friends. So later on, they understood that actually they do not know anything about the people around their country. They had to change their mind. At first, they thought that English is the common language, everybody knows the culture, but this is not the case. So what is the case? Can you go up, please? Yeah. For example, the British are happy to have a business lunch and discuss business matters with a drink during the meal. So if you think about the British people like to have food, like, well, I would like to tell you about. In this way they speak. They have food in their mouth and they talk. It means they eat and business talk is at the same time, which is going on. On the other hand, the Japanese prefer not to work while eating. So Japanese people just eat, focus on eating, no business. Lunch is a time to relax and get to know one another, and they rarely drink at lunchtime. So the thing is that lunch is a time for them to just drink and relax. On the other hand, if you think about this part, Germans like to talk business before dinner. German people are very much professional. They talk about business first, then dinner. French like to eat first and talk afterwards. So French people are the opposite. They want to talk about the dinner, lunch first, then they talk about business. They have to be well fed and watered before they discuss anything. Taking off your jacket and rolling up your sleeves is a sign of getting down to work in Britain and Holland, but in Germany, people regard it as taking it easy. So if you just fold your sleeves, open your jacket, in Holland and Britain means 4 countries, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, England. So in those countries, taking off your jacket and rolling up your sleeves, it means you are busy at your work. But in Germany, people regard it taking it easy. But if you do this in Germany, it means you are relaxing. American executives sometimes signal their feelings of ease and importance in their offices by putting their feet on the desk whilst on the telephone. So in America, putting the leg on the desk while on telephone Because you are very powerful. It's not a bad manner. In Japan, people would be shocked. If you do the same thing, put your leg on the table, people will be shocked. Same in Bangladesh too. Showing the soles of your feet is a height of bad manner, and it is a social insult only exceeded by blowing your nose. So it is considered as a bad manner, and people will just blow your nose and you will be publicly insulted in Japan if you do that. Put your leg on the table. The Japanese have perhaps the strictest rules of social and business behavior. Seniority is very important, and a younger man should never be sent to complete a business deal with older Japanese men. So in Japan, they follow a strict manner. Young to young, old to old, business dealing. But young to old to young is not possible in Japan. The Japanese business card almost needs a rule book of its own. You must exchange business cards immediately on meeting because it's essential to establish everyone's status and position. So in Japan, you without any business card is valueless. Because you have to establish your position with a business card that I am the Prime Minister, I am the President of this country, or I am the Chief Executive Officer of this organization. You have to display this, otherwise it's not accepted. It's a kind of legal. Let's go to another page. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. When it is handed to a person in a superior position, it must be given and received with both hands, and you must take time to read it carefully, not to put it just in your pocket. So when you are receiving a business card from somebody, you have to receive it with both hands and have to read it very carefully. Like if you do not do that, if you just take it in one hand and put it in the pocket, they will take it very negatively. You have to take both hands and read it carefully, then put it in the pocket. Also, the bow is a very important part of greeting someone. You must not expect the Japanese to shake hands, and bowing is a mark of respect, and the first bow they should be lower than when you meet thereafter. So bowing down your head is very important. In Japan, you are not allowed to have handshake. They do this thing, showing respect. And the first bow is always lower. But the second bow will be not that. In Americans, sometimes find it difficult to accept the more Japanese formal manner. So American people actually find it very difficult to accept the Japanese manner, and they prefer to be casual and more informal, as they illustrated by the universal "Have a nice day." So they do not say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, something like this. The American people say have a nice day. That's it. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. And American waiters have a one-word imperative: enjoy. If you go to a restaurant, American restaurant, at the time you will see that American waiters will simply say, enjoy. They do not even say have a good day. The British, of course, are cool and reserved. So British people are different from American people. They are very much cool, reserved. Suppose, good morning. Would you mind opening the door for me? They are very much reserved and cool and calm. Instead, the American people are very fluent and very much informal. The great topic of conversation between strangers in Britain is the weather, unemotional and impersonal. So in Britain, they talk about weather, not personal. How are you? They do not say. They say, oh, the weather is cloudy today and it's snowing. They will speak like this. And it is impersonal and unemotional. In America, the main topic between strangers is search to find a geographical link. In America, they say geographical link. Oh really? You are from in Ohio? I had an uncle who once lived there. So in America, the people are talking about the geographical location. Suppose you are from Fort Dix. Oh, I am also from Fort Dix. You are from Hattazari? I am from Hattazari. It's like this. So they try to find out a kind of. Now there's a proverb: when in Rome, do as the Romans do. That means if you are in a country, you have to follow that country's rule. If you are in Saudi Arabia, you cannot use short dress. If you are in America, you cannot use Saudi Arabia's dress. So what is there is that you have to follow everything properly. Here are some final tips for the travelers. So I'm talking about different countries now. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. The Bangla is Joshmindache Jodacha Todriti. Alright? In France, you shouldn't sit down in a cafe until you have shaken hands with everyone, you know. So in France, you have to have greetings with everyone, you know, in a cafe or restaurant. In Afghanistan, you should spend at least 5 minutes saying hello. You have to greet someone with 5 minutes. You have to talk to him 5 minutes. Otherwise, they will think that you are too much busy to abroad. They will not talk to you. In Pakistan, you must not wink. It is offensive. In Pakistan, you cannot move your eyes like this. Otherwise, people will take it negatively and you will be beaten. In Middle East, you should never use your left hand for greeting, eating, drinking, and smoking. Also, you should take care of not to admire anything in your host home. They will feel that they have to give it to you. So in Middle East countries like Qatar, Kuwait, Egypt,
UAE.
Alright, different countries, you should not use left hand. You have to use right hand. Another thing is that you should not appreciate anything like your t-shirt is nice, your dress is nice. Do not appreciate anything. If you appreciate anything, it means that you want this thing from them. They will feel. In Russia, you must match your host drink for drink, or they will think you are unfriendly. So in Russia, if you are not a drinker, it will be risky. So in Russia, what is very important is that you should match. Somebody offers you a drink, you have to offer you the same quality drink. In Thailand, you should clasp your hands together and lower your head and your eyes when you greet someone. In Thailand, you have to do something like this. And in America, you should eat your hamburger with both hands and as quickly as possible. You shouldn't try to have a conversation until it is eaten. So in America, in McDonald's, if you go to the restaurant at that time, what you'll have to do, you have to use your both hands to take the burger. And at that time, you are not allowed to talk. It's very important. If you talk, they will feel that you are very unfriendly. So that's the thing, and here are some questions for the next class tomorrow, 1 to 9. You'll have to solve it. So this is the task coming next. We will discuss about this. So here you go. Thank you.